Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw Matt Chat. This is the show where we take video questions from our patrons over there at patreon.com/Steve Larson. The $20 a month and up mark. You too can participate in Matt Chat. Send us your video question and have it answered or debated right here. The definitive answer provided for you right here.
Yeah.
On Matt Chat.
Correct.
Very exciting. We're coming up on the end of the year, on the new year.
New Year's Eve.
So we have a couple of questions here from friendos regarding that. But first up, here's a question from Christian regarding the McMahon shakeup. The shakeup. Let's see what Christian has to say.
Hey, friendos. It is the Hall of Fame Christian here. Back with another Matt Chat question. Sorry I missed you guys last week. Life's crazy. Life's just really crazy right now. But my question to you guys is what is your favorite of all of the new changes that have been made to SmackDown and Raw? Mine is definitely Mustafa Ali being a SmackDown Live roster member and pitting the champ on his first night. That's just freaking awesome. That's how you make a new star. Something WWE isn't really great at. What about you guys? Too sweet and a hearty handshake. Thanks.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Christian.
You're doing stuff there. I'll go first. Favorite change to Raw or SmackDown has got to be the call-up and immediate push to the top of Mustafa Ali.
It's a good one.
He was already probably my favorite competitor in all 205 Live. He was the most well-rounded competitor on that show. Great wrestler, great on the mic, great seller, awesome with character work. His backstory is amazing. He has it all to be a huge baby face on the main roster.
What you're saying is he has the ingredients.
He has the ingredients. And so long as they just push him and highlight his strengths, which are abundant, he's going to go far. He's great in the ring. He'll wow people strictly, or even with just his wrestling ability. Put him on the mic. He's great. Have him shoot some of that pre-filmed stuff that he was putting on Twitter, which was exceptional. If they keep pushing him, he's gonna go places.
Let me ask you this though. Mustafa Ali, was it coincidental that he arrived a week before the shakeup went down? Because I wonder if he was actually part of McMahon's sort of changing plans.
Yeah, I don't know.
For the shakeup, because he showed up a week before,
or if there was a case where they were planning on doing something with him on the main roster. I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll probably never know.
It doesn't really matter,
or at least we won't until Meltzer talks about it in the next newsletter.
That's a really good answer, Mustafa Ali. My personal favorite change, kind of involves a little bit of Mustafa Ali, and that's Mustafa Ali. He's a wrestler who, if you just let the man go out there and do his job, if you just go out there and let him wrestle, then you're gonna bring in people. That's the bottom line. That's one thing we learned in 2018 in total as it pertains to wrestling outside WWE. If the wrestling's really good, people are gonna start tuning in.
Yeah.
And so my favorite change to Raw or SmackDown or the entire main roster brand can be found in that fantastic Christmas Eve match between Bobby Roode and Chad Gable and the Revival. That was the first time you mentioned this. That we really have been able to see on main roster with the Revival what we saw in NXT. I think they've been sort of used as a perfect example of what was wrong with how things were being done before. Mm-hmm. And if that's any indication, it's not going to be something that's limited to the Revival. It's something, it's sort of a change in wrestling philosophy for how they're presenting it on their show. Go out there, enough with the PP stuff. Go out there, let these guys wrestle.
Yep.
That's what they do best.
Yep.
And the Revival is just the perfect example of that. So yeah, I just want to see these guys tell some great wrestling stories in the ring. It's why I tune into NXT and New Japan to watch really, really fantastic storytelling wrestling
in the ring.
And it should be why we tune into the main roster.
Yes.
So yeah. Next up, we've got a question from the Enforcer, Stevie Bradley, about the Friendoverse. Let's see what he has to say.
Friendos and Steven Larson, it's the Enforcer. And I got to say, 2018, almost in the books. What a year. I mean, got to meet both of you guys at Strong Style Evolved. Got to see the Step Away Con Man do his Step Away in person. Got a big ass wrench. Came a mod. Friendoverse. Discord. How you guys doing? Twitch. Got drafted. Gotta say, for the Enforcer, it was a great 2018 in the Friendoverse. But what about you guys? What are some of your favorite memories of the Friendoverse community, your friendos? I'm sure Starcast was a big deal, but just wax about how awesome the community was and how can we make 2019 even better than 2018. All right, guys, Happy New Year. Too sweet, hearty handshake. Peace out.
Thank you, Stevie Bradley.
Thank you, Stevie Bradley. I'm going to say my favorite thing in the Friendo world for 2018 has been the Friendoverse, which is the closed Facebook group, which is like over 3,000 people strong, and of course the Discord club. I mean, we've long said that our community is best community, and we say that not as a reflection of us, but as a reflection of the audience that seem to be attracted to our programming. We try to stay positive, and we don't, deal with being ultra negative or saying everything's garbage or whatever. And I think a lot of that's reflected in the people that watch our show. And so I love, literally, and this is absolutely factually true, the only reason I still have Facebook is because from time to time, a couple times a week, I like to drop in on the Friendoverse group and just see what discussions are being had, the manner in which they're and it's so much fun, and there seems to be real, genuine friendships being forged there.
Yeah.
And the topics of conversation, even when it's polls asking who has a more punchable face, me or you, I know it's all in jest. And I won that one overwhelmingly.
Yeah, hands down.
It's not really surprising. The other day there was a thread about what their favorite moments from this show, from Going in Raw, have been, and there were so many in there I'd even forgotten about.
Oh yeah,
like little things that silly, stupid things that we do that have maybe put a smile on somebody's face during their day, and they remembered it enough to bring it up months later in a thread. And I've actually meant to go back and, because a lot of them are posting links, I want to go back and compile a bunch of that stuff for sort of a best of 2018. Cool. And then similarly on the Discord club, Cody Miles and the friendos there have done just an amazing job building up a community that reflects what we like to see, which is just positive.
Yes.
And sometimes that results in people getting kicked out, and that sucks. But
what's our mantra though? Just be cool.
Just be cool. And if you're cool, if you're just be cool, then you're not going to get kicked out.
Yep.
That's the bottom line. And so that happens. That's a negative from time to time, but that happens. If you're not cool, then you get kicked out. But they've done just a magnificent job, and I honestly don't pay attention to them nearly enough. They always have great conversations on during the show, and I do try. I really do. It's just I'm old. My brain is obviously in a rapid state of deterioration.
Technology's hard too.
It's really difficult. I mean, this guy doesn't even bother with it. At least I'm trying.
You are trying.
I am trying.
I can't bring myself to go to Facebook basically ever anymore.
Yeah. But
you're 100% right.
That aspect of the community.
Yes, outstanding.
And it's one of those things. I'll let you get to yours in a second here. It's one of those things that, like, I think you and I have always. I think it's a sign of, hey, we're really on a good path here. Mm-hmm. We're really doing something right, regardless of where on the business side of things. Regardless of where that goes, there does seem to be some genuine enthusiasm for what we're doing, and I think that really uplifts me so much every single day.
Yes,
so.
Enthusiasm. Happy you mentioned that. You're 100% right. As far as the communities online, both on Facebook and Discord, that have grown up around this show of ours. It's been amazing. For me, the highlight of the year was Starcast All-In Weekend, because I can't think of a place I've ever been where the enthusiasm level was that high for that long.
Yeah.
It was like sustained through the roof enthusiasm for the whole weekend. Like when we got in on Thursday all the way to Sunday. Thursday is a little quieter because everybody was tired. But still, people were excited to be there.
I was still really shocked on Thursday just how like it was just a wave of people came in and everybody was they were like kids in candy shops.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And then everybody that came to our table, say hi, have a picture taken, talk, buy a shirt.
A couple people came and just chilled, just hung out with us.
Yeah.
And just, shot the breeze.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
Tim Spulak came by,
Way too much.
offering to help, like get us a beer or
he just
some food.
He was there far too much.
No, I don't think he was there too much. But it was great, just meeting so many people over the course of the weekend. We did a Friendo meetup at the Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday evening of that weekend. That was awesome.
Oh man, it was so great.
Yeah, just being able to meet people, shake their hands, talk to them a little bit. It's always great.
Put faces to
names.
Names that
penultimate Tommy Wiseau there.
Yeah, he stopped by.
The creator of the H title.
Finally meet Zach Stolpa.
Mm-hmm.
Just a ton of people and all their stories, and whether just wrestling stories or stories that had to do with our show. It's been pretty crazy. It's been pretty special. And then all the live events, we went to Raw and we got to meet a bunch of people there. But no, All In was a really special weekend. It was. You're right. I honestly hope that they're able to recreate that kind of thing. Like if the all elite wrestling guys do what they're going to do, if they're going to do that again, it'd be really special to be part of that again.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty amazing. Speaking of people we met at All In Weekend, Joshua Martinez.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what he has to say.
Hey, friendos. Joshua Martinez back this week with a Matt Chat question. Finally have time to record a video. So I'm busy with the holiday weekend. But anyways, for my question, it's not really wrestling theme. It's more about you guys. And maybe you guys go over this in a video that airs during the holiday weekend. But what is something you guys want to do in 2019? What is some big new branch or whatever it may be of Going in Raw that you guys want to build up? I'm pretty sure the Friendoverse is looking forward to anything you guys bring out. So Happy New Year. See you later.
Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you, Joshua.
Something we're looking to bring back in 2019. Well, we're going to bring back Going in Raw View on a monthly basis.
Yes.
We're going to be bringing back Count Out
on a weekly basis.
Maybe.
I'm gonna commit. Here's the thing about Count Out. I was kind of the one. I'm responsible for Count Out going away. I feel like I'm responsible for Count Out coming back. I would like to do it on a weekly basis. We can talk more about it off camera.
It depends on how fresh we can keep it. And
well,
keep
here's
the
thing.
Ideas.
Here's the thing. Instead of 2, we do 1.
No, I understand that, but still.
Yeah. Nah, man.
We have how many years were we doing top 10 lists before we started doing wrestling top 10
We
lists?
used to do 3. And listen, I'll take care of it. I got it. It's not in your hands, in my hands.
All right.
I'll do it.
All right.
I'll take care of it.
All right.
I have extra time. I've given up my dreams of being a Twitch streamer at night.
Okay.
That's not going to happen.
What about Star Trek podcast? Are you still holding on to those dreams?
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's like one weekend every 2 months with Jeff. That's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But no, Count Out. I think Count Out is one of those things. Top 10 list really brought us to that. Made our name. Mm-hmm. People really, really want to see that from us for whatever reason. Every week it's back.
We'll see.
One of the more exciting things that we can't really talk about because we still have to figure it out, but a collaboration idea that we have.
Yeah.
Well, that's one thing in 2019 we're really, really, really going to try to do is just collaborate more with some of our favorite YouTubers out there. Mm-hmm. I'm really, really interested in doing that.
Yes.
So, yeah. What about anything else that you have to say about bringing back in 2019?
I guess so.
I haven't said Going in Raw Daily yet.
Well, I mean, it's all this other new stuff we're doing. Are we going to have time for that?
Oh, yeah, man. We'll have time.
I don't know, man.
Listen.
I don't feel like I have any time as it is right now.
There's time for everything.
Well, that's not true.
We just have to.
There's actually only 24 hours in the day, and about 8 of those hours are required for sleep.
The only thing there isn't time for is me being a Twitch streamer at night. Otherwise, it's all taken care of.
How often were you doing that anyways?
I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do it. I can't even do it weekly.
Yeah.
I have no time.
No,
Zero
no
time.
No time.
Lacey gets on me for not doing Ask Stephen Lacey. You know, I tell her, no time.
No time. This is number one priority. I haven't done super kicks in forever. I don't know if I'll ever do one again.
Right?
This is the day job. This is what pays the bills. I need to
Hey, what about this? Can we bring back fast food reviews? No, that's gross.
No, I'm trying to eat healthier.
Anything else we want to do in 2019? I think my biggest thing is just collaborations.
Yeah.
Like I just really want to bring back collaborations. And I want to bring
Dan back.
Who?
Dan Nerd Cubed.
That guy?
Co-creator of the show.
All right, let's bring Dan back.
Bring Dan back.
We'll find a way.
We'll do a WrestleMania special with Dan.
We'll find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Dan, start watching wrestling again.
Yeah, at least just up until Mania.
Next, from Graham.
No, Mr. Dope.
Mr. Dope. Oh, yeah, Mr. Dope. There he is. Graham, you're up after Mr. Dope. Mr. Dope is up next. You know, he tried to send us a Matt chat last week, and he sent it to, so there's an email address that we use for that, and he sent it to that email address, but it was at gmail.com.
I'm surprised it still didn't send.
Yeah, no. It needs to be exact, man. This is the internet. It's only so smart. Anyways, he successfully sent us one this week. Let's see what Mr. Dope has to say.
Yes.
Hey, friendos, it's Mr. Dope here. So, this is kind of backwards to me. Let me know what you think. If you win a 30-man Rumble, you get an automatic title shot at WrestleMania. But if you win a 7-man ladder match, you get a briefcase to where you can cash in anytime you want to. Isn't that kind of backwards? A 30-man Rumble is much harder to win than a 7-man ladder match. So do you think in the future they should switch it around? Let me know what you think. Thanks, friendos.
Thank you, Mr. Dope.
Thank you, MrDope.com.
All right, there's math involved with this, potentially.
You know,
Statistics and stuff.
because there's
percentages.
math involved. Get that freaking NXT algorithm out of there.
All right.
Here, I can't do it with left hand, man. I can't do that.
So the math involved is if you're in a Money in the Bank ladder match, your odds of winning are what?
1 in 6.
What are your odds of winning the Royal Rumble? Depends where you're in it.
So here's the thing. See, this is where we need to collaborate with a podcast like 538.
Yeah, we need real statisticians involved.
Exactly.
People who actually know how to read numbers.
However, we can do something fairly basic for it. For the Royal Rumble, you have a 50% chance of getting in the first half of it, which is crap.
Yeah, your odds, I would imagine, would be drastically lower if you were in the first 15 versus the last 15.
Right. So Royal Rumble, I guess write that down first. But you also have a 50% chance of getting in really good. So write down 50% bad, 50% good. There you go. 16 through 30, you're good. So you have a 50% chance there of winning the Rumble. If you can get in 16 to 30, you should win that thing. You should win that.
Well, the odds would be, I would think, much more in your favor. Let's go over here and go Money in the Bank.
Okay.
So for the example he used, 7 competitors, your odds of winning would be 1 in 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, hold on. Think about this real quick because you're smart.
Am I?
This is one of those cards. Imagine this is one of those cards that you always do so good at.
All right.
How many Royal Rumble winners came into the Rumble between 22 and 30?
I don't know.
Probably pretty high, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Probably pretty high.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I would think that your odds of winning the Rumble will then increase to 25%. So you have a 1 in 4 chance of winning the Rumble. Because you'd get chosen between between 22 and 30.
So last 8?
The last quarter is what I'm saying.
Okay. Well, it would be 25%. It'd be 1 because there's 8 other competitors in there. It'd be 1 in 8 chance of winning.
Right.
So it'd be 0.125.
Right.
12.5% chance.
What's 1 in 7? Or what's 1 in 6?
Or 1 out of 7.
Yeah.
That's about 12.
12%.
13, 12,
So you have a 12. Okay, let's say you have a 12% chance. So you go into Money in the Bank, you have a 12% chance of winning. Right. Mm-hmm. If you say, because here's the thing, if they came to you and said, here, listen, you can either be in the Rumble.
It's actually 13. It's like 13 and a half.
Okay. You can either be in the Rumble.
Yeah.
And you don't get to choose what number you are.
Yeah.
You have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a really, really good number.
Yeah.
Because that number could be at the tail end, right? And therefore, you should win that. You have, on the other hand, so that's a 25% chance right there. Write down 25% chance win. Okay? In the Money in the Bank, you're looking at a 13.5% chance of winning. I could be wrong, but 13.5 is almost exactly half of 25%. Half of 25% is actually 12.5.
And this is all just considering the mathematical aspect of it.
Yeah.
There's another huge thing.
Uh-oh, what's going on? WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. So right now, you win Rumble. That's guaranteed. Guaranteed. Title shot at Mania. Used to be main event and still should be main event at WrestleMania. Whereas Money in the Bank, you get a title match It's not a guarantee it can be at WrestleMania.
True.
Usually it's an opportunity to do whenever you want to, so your odds of winning would, in theory, go up of actually winning the title.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee it would take place at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So, however, if it's easier to win this, also your road to winning the title is easier.
Yeah, true.
So if you're going to win the Rumble, you want the top prize of them all, title match at Mania.
Yeah. So let's say this. If you win the Rumble, then you still have to win at Mania.
Correct.
Right? Which I would say you take a 25% chance of winning, you have to then split that in half, let's say, because let's say you're equally good as the guy there. So you're looking at a 12.5% chance of winning the title, which is less than 13 points. Because 13... Here's the thing. You win this.
It's a near guarantee you're going to win the title.
It's a guarantee.
I think it's like 3 or 4 people who haven't won the belt after.
As long as your name isn't Baron Corbin, Mr. Anderson, or Damian Sandow, you're solid gold.
Yeah, you're probably going to win the title.
You're good. So the obvious answer is you want to win Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Should they switch it? No, because we just proved that math works.
But then there's also this aspect of it.
Yeah.
And also, you can't have, like, if you have Money in the Bank, you got to have something hanging over the ring. I guess it could just be a contract for a title shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, right.
But then you have to introduce a second briefcase over here at the Rumble.
Yeah.
To get that.
Draw a briefcase, please, so that people can see that. I feel like you're not going nearly as hard in on the illustrations as you should be. Briefcase there. There you go. And then it's got the little words on it. Rumble.
In the...
Although it would be nice if the Rumble had some sort of physical manifestation of that win.
Yeah.
You know, like Money in the Bank is a physical manifestation of
belt
that
like
win.
Braun won at Greatest Royal Rumble.
Like a green belt.
Yeah, there you go.
That'd be good.
There we go. We proved it's actually better to
a belt. How about a belt with everybody that was in that Rumble with all their faces on it?
It'd be a busy belt.
We should do that for We Book Raw. Rumble's coming up. Whoever wins the Rumble,
I think I better get to designing a
gets
belt
a title with everybody's face that's in it on there.
What if we just overlay all the other faces on top of it, so it's like
like
a
the Omega
composite.
face.
Yeah,
it'd be like the Omega face.
Yeah,
I just made that up.
Omega face. I don't even know what that means.
It's the Alpha and the Omega. It's everything.
Oh, this is the beginning and the end.
Yeah, man, and everything in between.
What is it? Is everything is an omnibus? Be an omnibus.
Omnibus champion.
Yes.
Yeah. Before we continue, here's a word from our sponsor of today's show, Audible. What would it look like if we all listened more? Listening to audiobooks motivates us, inspires us, and even brings us closer together.
And there's no better place to listen than Audible. Audible has the largest selection of audiobooks on the planet. For example, Audible offers an extensive selection of pro wrestling books, including Chris Jericho's No is a 4-letter word, narrated by the leader of Alpha Club himself.
And now Audible members get even more. Each month, members receive 1 credit good for any audiobook they choose, plus 2 Audible originals and exclusive audio fitness programs.
Plus, your books are yours to keep. With Audible, you can go back and re-listen anytime, even if you cancel your membership. Don't like your audiobook? Exchange it, no questions asked.
So start a 30-day trial and your first audiobook is free. Go to audible.com/GIR or text GIR to 500-500. That's 500-500. You can do it with audiobooks.
Again, that's Audible, audible.com/GIR or text GIR to 500-500.
And thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's episode. And you're really helping out Going In Raw by going to audible.com/GIR or texting GIR to 500-500. That's 500-500.
And next up, we've got a question from Graham. Let's see what Graham has to say.
Hi Steve, hi Larson. My question this week is, with Braun and Brock at the Royal Rumble, do you think they'll have Braun lose clean, or do you think there'll be interference, or what you guys think will happen? Too sweet, Hardy handshake.
Thank you, Graham.
Thank you, Graham.
I'll go first.
All right.
Yeah, I don't feel a lot of heat behind Braun these days. I know he's coming back from arm injury, and he had that statement to make against Paul Heyman when we were there. But I don't know. But then at the same time, there's that rumor that they don't really feel that Seth Rollins is the man.
Oh, that's garbage.
So I kind of feel like that's garbage too. I think that was a whole lot of taken out of context. But everything still says that it's going to be, or all the rumors still say that it's going to be Seth versus Brock at Mania, which means Brock is going to win. And I'll say this: I like your answer. It's probably the there's more odds on that. But it also wouldn't surprise me to keep Brock as strong as possible, to have him beat Braun clean. I just feel like they did it before, and it's not like Braun is significantly more over now than
They've done it twice.
They've done it.
Well, I mean, I guess the match at the cage match, I guess, wasn't a clean finish.
Yeah, that wasn't a clean finish.
Oh wait, no, it was. No, it's not the match. The one at Crown Jewel. That was clean. Kind of. That was.
Oh no! Braun got blindsided with the title.
I know, but it wasn't like interference during the match.
I'll put it this way. Wait, who blindsided with that title? Was it Corbin?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be that wasn't a clean match. That wasn't a clean one.
Well, I guess it's kind of a protected thing, but we've seen people get hit by the belt and still win matches. That's
yeah, Braun. I get the feeling he's going to lose clean at the Rumble.
They've already done the clean loss. Was it No Mercy or whatever it was last year or 2 years ago?
They've done exactly what you're talking about here at Crown Jewel. But go ahead and say it.
No, because that was before the match. This is going to be during the match.
Oh,
huge difference.
All right.
Where Baron Corbin leads directly to Braun Strowman's defeat, setting up a program between Braun and Baron going into Mania. At which point Braun will absolutely destroy Baron Corbin, because Baron's going to blame Braun for losing permanent general managership of Raw.
I lost my job
due to what happened at TLC. He's going to cost him his title shot. Protects Braun, sets up Brock versus Seth at Mania, which I feel like is the match they want at this point, because as you mentioned, there's all the momentum that Braun had after he won Money in the Bank, or even before that, and then they turned him heel, and that put an end to all that. Yep.
Yeah, that was
slammed the brakes on hard.
That was a terrible idea.
It was a terrible idea.
Yeah,
and now they have to try to get that momentum back, or not if they're going to have them lose one way or the other at the Rumble.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next, Thayer Thabata.
It's Thayer Thabata.
Let's see what Thayer has to say.
Hey guys, Thayer Thabata here with another Matt Chat question. This week the Friendoverse wants to know, are rematches the main problem with WWE booking, and should they remove the rematch clause from championship matches? Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Thayer Thabata.
Thank you, Thayer Thabata.
Are rematches the problem with WWE booking? Yeah, because far too often they're not motivated, or they're not put in place to advance actual stories. Sometimes their idea of advancing stories is doing the same thing again, without actually any narrative advancement. So in that case, you feel like you're spinning your wheels, and they're completely unnecessary. As for the automatic rematch clause, I don't think you should get rid of it, full stop. If you're part of the negotiation for every title defense, the champion can say, I want automatic rematch clause, or no, I'm confident enough, I don't need the automatic rematch, I'm going to win this title. And of course, if that one or the other were going to happen, another concession would have to be made. But I think that should, any contract signing takes place in the ring should have, negotiations going on during the contract signing, lawyers, agents, wrestlers, all in the ring.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
Negotiating on TV in real
bunch of
time.
Suits there, just milling about, wasting
that's how you do it.
time.
That's how you do it, man.
All right, look, so I'm kind of on board with what you're saying. Is definitively the automatic rematch clause the problem with WWE booking? No, I don't think it's. I think it's kind of what you alluded to. It's just laziness. That's the problem with WWE booking. I think it's being a little bit out of touch. I think it's not giving the people what they really want. I'm not just talking about when the crowd is obviously behind somebody full force. Like, for example, great example is Rusev. Now, he just won the U.S. title. Maybe that shows they're listening to people chanting Rusev Day.
Maybe.
I'm kind of sad that Aiden English wasn't there with him, to be honest with you.
Me too.
However, so I'm not going to lay it solely on the idea of automatic, but the general idea of what you're talking about, laziness, let's just automatically, hey, look, we just had a match at TLC, let's do it again the next night. I don't really want to see that anymore. Should that be a thing of the past? If you could find a creative way to use the automatic rematch clause, like Aleister Black was very, very dramatic when he decided to cash in his automatic rematch clause. I kind of like the idea of this. How about this? You can have a rematch clause, but it's not, and it's automatic in that you have it, but you have to wait 30 days to cash it in. Case in point, my stepkid Marissa She took a test for this medical assistant thing. She got this close to passing. It's very difficult. She did not pass the first time. She has to wait 30 days to cash in her rematch clause. And then she gets to take it again. Gives her ample time to study and stuff.
All right.
Not the next night. Why would you expect different results the very next night on Raw? You shouldn't. You should give that person 30 days to study the tape.
Well, I mean,
find out what they were
typically,
on. Go to the Performance Center.
If someone loses at a pay-per-view, they say, I'm going to challenge at the next pay-per-view, which is generally about 30 days afterwards.
Too often we get it on like Raw the next day. And if they're going to do a rematch, they should add some sort of gimmick to it. You can't just have a straight-up match again. You got to add baseball bats and railroad spikes.
Oh, dear.
That kind of match, or an Inferno match. Some other kind of match. I don't know. I'm just saying you need to mix it up. You need to get creative with things. Not just, hey, well, they're going to fight here at TLC, and then guess what? I can snooze the next thing they do because that's just the Raw.
It's a formality at this
point.
Yes,
so I don't have to do additional writing.
Yeah.
So
I hear that. Next, Ryan Rugani. Let's see what Ryan Rugani has to say.
Friendos, so my gripe this week is Almas being pinned by Ali clean. The guy didn't even win a title in 205 Live, and now he's beating Almas. I'm a huge Almas fan and Ali fan, but they're wasting Almas worse than I could have ever thought. He's now just a glorified jobber because the guy puts on insane matches. Please give him Rusev in the U.S. title next.
Thank you, Ryan Rugani.
Thank you, Ryan. You can go first.
I'll go first. No, man, here's the thing. Remember what happened? Let's retrace the steps of Andrade Almas back in NXT. Granted, there was no interim title in NXT. He was floundering, and then Zelina Vega came in, showed him the error of his ways, and he went straight up to the NXT championship. Therefore, I think follow a similar path. He's down there. When he's on TV, he's losing to new upstarts like Mustafa Ali. He's in tag matches, barely being seen. He's a fantastic wrestler. Then Zelina Vega, she finds the error of their ways. I don't know what it would be. I'm not that writer. And then he goes straight up to the WWE title. He wins it, and then everything's great.
All right.
WWE straight up to the WWE title for him.
All right. I feel like that's the chorus for Mustafa Ali. So I'd say yes, have Almas go after that U.S. title. However, only if he's going to win it in the end. I don't want to see him in another feud where he comes up short. However, it would be nice to see Almas in a protracted feud with somebody because far too often he's in a match on SmackDown. It's awesome. It's great. And then we don't see him for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, man. He's left out in the friggin' dark.
So half the time right now, I feel like it's just a win for him to be on TV on a regular basis in a real feud.
Yep.
That's the first step.
Yeah, man.
Then U.S. title, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Just want to see him on TV on a regular basis.
Look at that. I agree with you completely. Let's see here. Moving on. Zenith64 has a question about a certain wrestler you cannot see.
Salutations, friendo. So, what if John Cena doesn't want to do movies for 2019 or doesn't want to be in the WWE for 2019 and actually wants to pave ways and earn some respect in the wrestling game and do some independent promotions and such? What are 3 things he should do? Should he start a faction, join a faction? What belt should he try to capture and obtain? But yeah, what are 3 things John Cena should do if he were not to be in WWE and wants to do some of the independent wrestling? Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. Thanks.
Thank you, Zenith.
Thank you, Zenith.
All right, this is the path he charts for the independent ranks.
So hold on a second.
What? Let me do my thing, man.
I'm going to precede this by saying
preface
it by saying this is what happens. First, on John Cena's Instagram, there's a picture overhead, his hand with a pen, and his bucket list.
Yeah.
Larson, we are going to tell you what is on John Cena's bucket list.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it starts with 2 years in bar wrestling.
Okay,
2
good.
years to the day. His final match against Joey Ryan, kicks out of the penis plex.
Ooh, yeah.
Hits an AA, picks up the win. From there, he enters Bola. Sorry, previous Bola he's in, makes it to the semifinals before being eliminated.
Okay.
Following year,
Okay.
he makes it to the finals, wins, secures himself a PWG title shot. He takes on Jeff Cobb,
Okay.
who's apparently still champion in 3 years' time in PWG. or 2 years' time.
Yeah.
Pins him. He is new PWG champion. Now he's on the radar of Ring of Honor.
Right. Enters the Young Prospects tournament.
Yes.
Wins that.
Second TV taping, new TV champion.
Okay, yeah.
He's a TV champion for a full year.
And then at Final Battle, world champion.
Am I booking this or are you? You have your own thing.
Oh, that was a collaboration.
No,
I'm sorry.
you have your own list.
I misread
I have
this.
my list. And then he defeats Jay Lethal for Ring of Honor Championship.
Okay.
And then he defends that at Wrestle Kingdom against Tanahashi.
No, see, here's the collaboration here. He needs to tag team with Tanahashi because
Okay.
they're essentially the same.
They'll be in World Tag League.
Yeah, because they're the
tag
same
team.
person.
Yeah. And then fight Tanahashi for the Ring of Honor title at Wrestle Kingdom.
Like 40, yeah.
Yeah, and then at that point, he'll be back on WWE's radar. They'll sign him for an outrageous sum of money.
Well, no,
and straight to NXT.
They'll sign him for double the NXT standard rate.
And then he'll go to NXT.
NXT, then back through WWE.
Yes.
Finally wins the 17th
It'll
title.
all be cyclical.
Exactly. I wish that you were more into collaborating with me. Next up, we've got Devin the Dude. He's on our radar. Let's see what he has to say.
My match chat question for this week is, looking at the betting odds, Alexa Bliss is third behind Charlotte and Becky, and actually had very decent odds to win the Royal Rumble. What are your thoughts about Alexa Bliss winning the Royal Rumble? What would that lead to at WrestleMania? Versus Asuka? Or could that mean Becky wins the title back and faces Alexa?
Thank you, Devin the Dude.
Thank you, Devin the Dude. No, God, no. She should never wrestle again. Her head's all loopy. She got kicked around too much in the head, and that's not good. So Alexa Bliss should not wrestle again. You do not mess with the brain. Daniel Bryan learned that. Look what happened to him.
Yeah, he's back wrestling.
He went crazy, though, in that hyperbaric chamber.
Well, it's not because he got directly
kicked in the head way too many times. No, man, I don't know. I think she's great doing whatever else she's doing. Let her do that stuff. Not in the Rumble. I'm scared. I get scared for people with concussion issues.
I agree with that. I don't want to see someone get severely concussed and start having, like a seizure or something in the ring because they got a concussion so bad. So not this year, I'm going to say. Let her heal up completely from whatever head trauma she's recovering from. And if it passes, give it some time. Make sure she's fully healed. Make sure it's not going to be an issue going to the future. And then maybe 2020.
You know what they should do? In the lead up to it for like a year prior, number one, have her remain on as an authority figure in the women's division on Raw. However, turn her face doing that. Have her actually do a really good job.
Yeah.
And have a year of that before she's cleared, like storyline cleared or whatever. And then when she comes back, people will pop big for that, you know? If she's like a jerk the whole time, nobody's really going to pop for that, her coming back. But yeah, so she needs that really strong face pop.
She does.
Next up, we've got Double J. Ain't he great? And he's roaming around the streets of Minneapolis. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey Steve, hey Larson. Just taking a walk to the local bodega in beautiful downtown Minneapolis. And my match chat question this week is, rumor has it that WrestleMania 2020 will be taking place about 3 blocks from where I'm standing now at US Bank Stadium. So my question is, will you guys join me? Minneapolis? Let me know. Peace out. Too sweet. Hearty handshake.
Thank you, Double J. Joe Jensen.
He great?
He is great. I'll tell you what else is great, Larson. Listen. We're probably not going to do Mania this year, but I say we announce it right here, right now. Road to, where is it? Minneapolis?
Yeah.
Road to WrestleMania 2020 begins right now.
I'd be cool with
for
that.
us.
I've been to Minneapolis before.
We can maybe even do the Mania without Mania thing. How we just don't go to Mania?
Yeah, we do everything else, though.
But we find a good Airbnb with solid internet
that we can stream Mania from.
We stream the live reaction to Mania, but we do all the indie shows that are there.
Do NXT, all that.
Do NXT. We vlog the whole thing. We have a blast.
That'd be fun.
I think we should do that.
Yeah, Minneapolis is a fun town.
Yeah, I think, man, New York is just too much. There's too much going on there. You got to pay too much to travel places. Minneapolis, I imagine, I'm thinking a bit more open, maybe. Certainly than New York. Like everything's more open compared to New York. So yeah, we're there.
All right.
Unless plans change.
Confirmed unless not confirmed.
Yeah.
Next, Christopher Rampersad. Let's see what he has to say.
All right.
Hello, Stephen Larson. Name 5 pay-per-views that All Elite Wrestling can use to advertise as pay-per-views.
Thank you, Christopher.
Thank you, Christopher.
All right, this is what I got.
All right.
The first 3 are just like the most obvious ones.
Pay-per-view names for All Elite Wrestling.
All In, Super Kick Party.
Okay.
Makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah.
All In, Change the World.
That's another one of their phrases.
All In, Killing the Business.
Again, one of their phrases.
All In, Opposite Day. It'd be like their Halloween one where everybody swaps gimmicks.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Remember that was the Halloween episode when they were on the boat.
I can't remember that.
Did
Yeah.
that one.
It was really long.
This one's my favorite. All In, Meltzer. Just called Meltzer.
Just called Meltzer.
Meltzer.
Okay, that makes sense. How many stars would Meltzer give that paper?
5 stars.
Not 6, really.
Walks to the door, instantly 5 stars.
All right, here we go. Here's the name for my pay-per-views.
All right.
And we collaborated on this. Okay, here we go. All Elite Wrestling, All In Your House, because
Yeah.
All Insurrection. It's when they
Yeah.
go to Europe,
Yeah.
to England.
Yeah.
Allmageddon, Royale in Rumble,
Pretty good.
and then I like this one. So Cody's dog's named Pharaoh,
Yeah.
so it'd be Pharaoh, you didn't know, and it'd be the debut of Road Dogg,
Yeah.
Cody's dog.
Yeah. All right.
Road Dogg. So those are all great answers.
Those are all great answers, yeah.
I mean, dude, any of those are better than Tuesday Night Dynamite. That's going to be amazing if that's really a thing.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's like a throwback to
I know.
90s.
No, Tuesday Night Titans. That's why I like it, man. It's great.
Final question from Zach S., the Matt Chat Hall of
S.
Famer.
Zach
Let's
S.
see what Zach S. has to say.
What's good, Stephen Larson, many friendos out there? It is your friendo, Match Hall of Famer, Zach S., coming at you with another Match Chat question. Question this week is, Stephen Larson, which one of these 4 athletes would have been the most entertaining pro wrestler? Terrell Owens, Ron Artest, Allen Iverson, or Shaquille O'Neal? Thanks, boys.
Thank you, Zach S.
Thank you, Zach S.
Oh, man, it's Ron Artest. Are you kidding me? It's Ron. That dude is unpredictable. They should team him. They should team him with Bianca Belair. Unpredictable. Because that's what he is. Unpredictable. Crazy.
The Shaq, man.
Shackton.
Yeah.
Well, he was going to do a thing.
I know.
They might
I know.
still.
Might still do it.
Yeah.
Give him a weekly talk show. Shackton.
Shackton.
He can call out WWE superstars who are.
Oh,
Shackton.
yeah. Put him on Botch Club.
Yeah.
That Botchamania ripoff.
Yeah. Shackton.
Shackton.
That's the right answer. Shaq.
Yeah.
He's hilarious, too.
He's hilarious. He's great. And you can work with him. I don't think you can work with Artest. Iverson's an interesting answer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has he ever expressed an interest in pro wrestling?
Not that I'm aware of.
Or, I mean, he's got he's an interesting character. Mm-hmm. Interesting guy. I'm not sure I've ever seen him in like a more, you got to be a bit on the extrovert side. For pro wrestling.
I mean, there's of course his practice diatribe. That's probably the most.
That was a shoot. That was like a
No,
pipe.
I know.
That was his pipe bomb.
I know. And then T.O.
Oh, he's cool. He seems he's kind of a interesting dude.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bit of a character, Mm-hmm. Remember those workouts he used to stage with his agent?
Yeah.
Just on his lawn?
Yeah.
He would invite the media out?
Yeah.
And he would just do crunches?
Yeah. It was great.
That was cool.
It actually tops my list. It'd probably be LeBron, though.
Oh, no, I think you're right with Shaq.
No, Shaq would be up there, but I think LeBron would be tops.
I think LeBron in like 10 years. Because LeBron right now, because he's still in the league, there's always that, and Shaq never really had this, there's always a bit more of a defensive shield, like you're not willing to just let go of
with
everything.
LeBron?
With LeBron, I think. But in 10 years when he's out of the league, if he's
I don't
out
know.
of the league.
I don't know if that's ever going to change, but just based on his performance in Trainwreck, I think in terms of the charisma, delivering promos, I think
He's so good.
LeBron would be great.
He's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And I would actually prefer to see him now as opposed to 10 years because he's still super athletic. I think he could probably do all sorts of awesome stuff in the ring.
Dude, in 10 years, he'll be able to run circles around half the WWE roster.
He spends like so much money taking care of his body.
And he could do the hyperbaric. He's probably in a hyperbaric
yeah.
chamber like 8 hours a day.
Probably
sleeps in that. Anyways, what a great Matt Chat episode this was.
Fantastic.
I mean, this was magnifique. What a great way to end the year with Matt Chat.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow's New Year's Eve. Tomorrow we have Man, I'm gonna say what we're gonna have on then.
Best something of 2018. I think wrestlers, and then predictions is the next day, or is it
no?
the
I think
other way?
matches is
Predictions was that yesterday?
No, predictions is the first.
Yes, what was yesterday? Wrestlers?
No,
Worst.
Wrestlers had the worst 2018, and then Monday, New Year's Eve, is going to be best matches of 2018.
Cool, right on.
Unless we change everything.
Am I cutting best matches of 2018?
Oh, I guess we can talk about that.
I can do it.
Okay,
it's
done.
not a big deal.
Discussed.
Nice, perfect. And we're bringing back count out.
Yeah,
and going in Raw daily on a 3 times a week basis.
How about that?
Yeah. Anyways, that's it. Talk to you guys later.
Bye.